What's good, yo? What's good? Saturday, 6:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A little late, but that's some regular shit. Your boy Mike says, Vanderbilt representative, and I'm here. My good brother, Northern Ireland, Blood Crack, Ross
Yo, what's
Holly.
up, man?
What's good, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. Yeah, it's been
Oh
all right.
yeah, good. Yeah, man. I want to apologize to those that watch UFCD. People love that fucking show. Yesterday was impossible to do it. It was like this terrible migraine when my left eye was twitching. A bunch of fuck
Uh,
shit. Yeah.
yeah,
Off air, I told Ross I took these like powdered aspirins called goodies, and they worked. So I'm good now. And yeah. So next week, UFCD, you know how we get down. Ringmaster versus Grant Malenko redemption round. So that should be good. Feeling for that.
oh yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, we had Mob Deep top 10 songs scheduled for next week, but Steven's working, and I can't do it without Steve. So we gotta think of something for next week, Ross. Wait to think of something. We'll talk off air.
Yeah, I know we were planning to do West Side Connection soon.
Let's do that then.
Yeah,
I know that album like the back of my hand. Plus, it's like one of the most enjoyable albums to listen to anyway. So it's like,
yeah.
and it needs to be talked about. You know what I mean? Shout out to my nigga Eric Johnson in the chat.
Yo, what's up, Eric?
Oh yeah, you know how we do. And in a little while, we'll be breaking down our weekly playlist like we've been doing for the past couple weeks. And to me, that's like the great premise for a show where we don't have nothing to really talk about, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, some big album releases this week for me personally. Benny the Butcher dropped "Burden of Proof," entirely produced by Hit Boy, and Jesus Christ. That's one of my most listened to albums, so we'll get into that when we get to it, you know?
yep.
And if you follow the wicked shit on the ground, Allah Zulu released Mausoleum, and that's fucking amazing. And yeah, that album's just incredible. I love when artists put out shit that you just like instead of just disappointing shits, you know what I mean? What up, Doobie? What's poppin', brother?
What's up, Doobie? What's up, everyone?
Yeah. Let's pull that up real quick. We'll get into that in a minute. The Mob Deep show's coming, bro. It's coming like hopefully next couple weeks.
Yeah.
We can't do it without our brother Steve, man, because dog, he's a Mob Deep aficionado, as we are. So it's gotta be done.
No, I'm minor league compared to Steve and you.
Yeah. Still, you know
Yeah,
shit, bro.
you guys know like like underground, like unreleased joints and shit. You
Oh
know?
yeah, which should have made albums, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, we get into our playlist in a minute. You know, knock that out because that takes usually an hour anyway. The way we break the albums down.
Yeah, it takes a while, definitely.
You know what I mean? So I was gonna pull my shit up. A little hip hop chat. Let's see where you at. There you go. All right, Ross, you can kick that shit off, man. What you been playing this week, bro?
So the first album I'm going to talk about is Public Enemy's latest album that came out at the end of September. What You Gonna Do When the Grid Goes Down? Yeah, it came out at the end of September. It's really interesting that they released it with Def Jam. I've talked about this last week in the show. That's something I never ever thought would have happened, considering how much shit Chuck D has talked about Def Jam over the years. But you never know what's going on with Chuck D. He's kind of he's an interesting character in that, you know, he will say stuff and then occasionally do stuff that kind of goes against what he said before, kind of thing. Like another good example was like what like at the start of the year there was all that shit about, you know, Flava Flav getting kicked out and then he wasn't kicked out. Like what was that all about?
That was something they never would pull like in 91 or something. You know what I mean? That was kind of silly.
It was silly. I think it was just a publicity stunt, to be honest. I think it was silly. Like it was just like headline grabbing, like, oh shit, Flava Flav's out the group, but he was never out the group. You know what I mean? And I don't think that will ever happen. At this point, Jesus. Like you said, if it was to happen, it could have happened 30 years ago, maybe, you know. but yeah, so it's their latest album. I don't even know what number it is because they have so many albums. So as far as Public Enemy goes, I've listened to a lot of their stuff,
Yeah.
but the last album that I owned physically before this one was their 2007, which has a long ass title. What would you give to a soulless soul if you sold their soul? Something ridiculous like that. It has a big sleeper hit song on it called "Harder Than You Think," which was used for the London 2012 Paralympics. So that's kind of like a big song over here. It's actually on Last FM. It's like one of their biggest songs. So it seems to get a lot
Oh
of
shit.
play still. Yeah. So that's from 2007. And they've done some albums since then, and I've checked out them online. There's some decent joints and stuff like that, but nothing really amazing. So the interesting thing about this new album, what you're going to do when the grid goes down, it's actually kind of like a re-release of the album they put out in 2017 called Nothing Is Quick in the Desert. It's got like a similar cover. If you've seen the two covers, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a desert with like a computer and like turntables and shit. And you can see like the Yo Bummer at the Show album cover. And if you zoom in, you can see the Ice Cube America's Most Wanted cover and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool cover. So it's weird. Like that came out in 2017 for free. It was a free download. I still have it.
I heard about that back then.
It was. I thought it was all right, but it did not set the world on fire at all. Like no one talked about that. You know, it was a lot better from their 2015 album, Man Plan God's Laugh. I thought that was terrible. That was like 27 minutes. You know, that was like the short albums before that became a fad. You know what I mean? I didn't like that album at all. But the 2017 album was a marked improvement, and a lot of those songs from that are actually on this. So hence, like, the album cover is very similar. Some of the songs are the same. But of course, you've got some new songs. Most importantly, that Shut the Fuck Up song produced by Primo. That's on there. There's a song with Mike D and Ad Rock from Beastie Boys. It's like a remake of Public Enemy #1 from their first album.
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, it's pretty good. And a couple of other joints. And then you got songs, like I said, from the previous album. There's a song on there with Ice-T and PMD, which is pretty cool. It's not a bad album. I think it's a decent album. It's definitely one of their better modern albums. I've been enjoying it. Even the Flavor Flav solo song is not bad. You know, he's just talking like kind of like an R.I.P. dedication to a homie or something. But it was, you know, it was pretty good. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Obviously, it doesn't compare to the classic shit from back in the day, but it's a solid record. And if you like Public Enemy, I'm a massive fan. And
likewise, hell yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, check it out. It's a pretty cool album. I actually bought it. I actually bought some new albums recently, so that was one of them. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, really interested when it came out on Def Jam. The artwork's pretty cool inside. It's like let me see, it comes in a proper jewel case and everything, which is lovely.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of like information and stuff to read about. You know, even there's even like a thing from Chuck D talking about, you know, how it's been 30 years since Fear of a Black Planet, and he's just talking about like all the stuff happening and what went into making the album. You know, it's pretty cool. So like artwork wise, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's the first thing I'll talk about. That's the first album that I've been listening to recently, the new Public Enemy. What you gonna do when the grid goes down?
Dope way of breaking it down for no one that hasn't heard it like myself. I'll give it a listen. See, with PE, with me, everything ends at fucking Apocalypse 91, even though I still have to revisit Music Is Our Message, whatever the fuck it's called. Something like
I
that.
think that's a dope album, yeah.
94,
Music Is
right?
Our Message, yeah. I think that's a dope album.
And he got game soundtrack I like too.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the, you know, other than that, I haven't checked for nothing else, bro. Being honest.
Yeah, He Got Game has that song with Master Kill at the start. It's like the first track, Resurrection, I think it's called.
Yeah, that shit is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, like PE, the classic shit I fucking worship. I told this story 1,000 times, but Yo Bummers to Show was like the first rap album I ever like indulged in. You feel me?
Yeah.
And worship that album.
It's a classic.
Yeah, everything they done from fucking 87 to 91. To me, it's
so sophisticated. Down,
sophisticated
down,
bitch.
Down. Yeah.
Oh man, that shit is fire. Great shit. Great shit. I gotta check out that new PE album.
Yeah, it's not bad. Maybe I went in with like really low expectations or something, but I enjoyed it for what it is. It's a good album.
Word. Hell yeah. I'll give it a listen. For me, first up on my playlist this week was Bone Thugs and Harmony, The Art of War, 1997, Ruthless Records, sophomore full-length album. Fucking adore it. Like, almost every single song I like. And that's rare for double albums, for some people, but I'm in the minority. I like a lot of, mainly the main double albums everyone knows. I worship all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
I got no complaints about Art of War at all, bro. This is the era when niggas like Tommy Wright III from Memphis and 3-6 Mafia from Memphis and fucking Chicago niggas like Do or Die and Twister with dissing them, Crucial Conflict. Like, dog, this album was like riddled with diss tracks. Riddled with diss tracks, and they held their own at this time around. I was a diehard Bone fan, still am. They all come correct on this record. Absolutely love it. It's known mainly for Thug Love with Tupac. If you ever heard that
Banger.
song,
Yep.
nigga, them gunshots, bro, like that shit is fucking amazing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like fucking DJ Unique did his fucking thing.
I love the shit talking at the start as well by Pac.
Yeah, that shit is hard, bro. That shit is hard. All the originals are one of my favorites. I love. When I was a kid, I would ping pong back and forth between Busy and Crazy as my favorite, but man, Crazy killed that shit. Busy my favorite overall, but Crazy was killing shit on that record.
Yeah, I'm a Crazy guy. I like Crazy.
Yeah, I'm Busy Bone. That dude. Crazy's right up there though. Right up there for me. And I remember I told this before briefly. This is one of the albums that, besides Lil Wayne, The Carter 3, I remember there was a line, bro. A line outside the mall for this album. Like, not outside, like inside. You know how the record store inside the mall?
Yeah, I get you.
Fucking line, bro. And I got the double cassette. Summertime. And worship this album to death. This is like up there with the Wu-Tang Forevers and the All Eyes on Me's and the Life After Death, all that good shit. The double disc True to the Game album, shit like that.
Yep.
Classic album. All 5 members shine on this. Absolute classic. It was like I haven't listened to it in a while, so it was like, oh man, you know what I mean? From start to finish, I bumped the whole record. It's amazing. Look into my eyes. Everybody knows that.
Yep.
Body Rot. That shit is hard body. Are you familiar with this album, Ross?
So I don't own it, but I have, like the collection, both the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
I got them from charity shops. So I know like the big songs from listening to that, but I need to buy the album. It's just one of those ones, you know us. I know you're like this too, Mike. It's one of those albums that's easy to get, so I just never got around to picking it up myself,
Yeah. Luckily, that's,
It is cheap, yeah. It is.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I should pick it up before it, changes.
Yeah, just like with me. There's so many albums that changed, bro, that are fucking nuts now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the Art of War, man, dog, what more can I say? I don't want to be here all day. I'll dust the whole fucking hour about this incredible record. So, Bone Thugs and Harmony, The Art of War, 1997, Ruthless Records, playlist this week. First album.
Dope shit.
Thank you, brother.
Next up for me, we're going to go West Coast. We're going to go with Lil Rick with his third album. It's like Armageddon. Lil Rick was originally on No Limit Records in like 94. He dropped his first album.
Good album.
And then I can't remember who he dropped his second album with, but then his third album he was with AWOL Records, the same label that had like Sibo and Lunatic and Marvelous, Latte, LaRue, all those cats. And it's a pretty decent album. The thing that I always like about AWOL Records stuff is that it always has that dark mob production. Like they always had that really dark sign. And Sibo was always like far and away the best on the label. You know what I mean? He was just on another level. But Lil Rick, he does his thing on here. He's not like the most amazing MC in the world. I wouldn't personally say he's anything that phenomenal, but he does his thing, and you do have features throughout from all the other AWOL affiliates. It's a solid album. I managed to get it cheap. That was when AWOL Records had New Tribe as their distributor in like 97, 98. So that was like in the time period when albums like Till My Casket Dropped by Sivo came out. And 98 was a big year for AWOL. Like they dropped mad albums, you know what I mean? Pretty much everyone in the label had an album. So yeah, it's a solid record. As far as I know, that was his only album on AWOL, and then he left to do other stuff. But it's not bad. But there's another AWOL records album that I've been listening to recently, which is a lot better. So I'll talk about that one soon. But yeah, Lil Rick is like Armageddon, dropped in 98. It's his third album. Solid if you like your West Coast gangster shit with sort of like that dark kind of production. You might want to check it out. But there's there's better albums out there for sure.
Dope. Only thing I know from him was what? I'm struggling to think. Deep in the Game, I believe.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that shit is hard. That shit is hard. That and one of my favorite early No Limit albums, Trey 8 Ghetto Stories, I will never have. So I just live with the fact that I got them downloaded, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, which is crazy because Trey 8, like that one came out on priority. So I don't even know why that's so expensive, like because the No Limit stuff that came out in like 93, 94 is like even more rare, if you know what I mean. Once they got that priority deal, they seem to got a lot better with their national distribution, but that Trey 8, I guess it never really took off like that, you know what I mean? It was maybe more of a local thing, but yeah. And of course Trey 8 went on to like diss Master P, and they had that album with the ice cream truck blowing up.
Yup. And kind of Pixel, like, goddamn.
Yeah, because they didn't understand it. They were like, "What the fuck?" And then Master P like came to them and he said, "Do you know what you just done?" And they were like, "Oh shit!" That was when Master P and Pen and Pixel right there and then they kind of squashed it, and then they immediately started doing albums with each other. That's how it started.
And back then, like what I heard, the stories I heard from my cousin and shit, like you fucked with P back then, you better fucking hide, bro. That dude was no, he was like one of the, like Jay Prince, like Suge Knight, that kind of aura about P, but he really got a popping back in those days.
Absolutely.
What a segue. Because
hell yeah.
Up next for me is the breakthrough album for P, in my opinion. It depends where you're from. Most people say Ice Cream Man from 1996 is a breakthrough album. I can understand that. But me being 34 years old, I was a little young back then. I was fucking 12 years old when I discovered P, and it's his 1997 magnum opus in my eyes. My favorite album in No Limit history, man. Ghetto D. Man, this album never ceases to amaze me. Of course, back then, No Limit just said fill up as many fucking songs on a disc as possible. And sometimes it's a little bloated, and sometimes it's not. And it's just a great listen. And this is one of the exceptions, man. I love this album from top to bottom. I don't think that the song, no. I love everything. If someone told me this is the greatest Southern rap album ever, I wouldn't even fucking argue. Now, I'm probably not agree because I think this album is better, but I worship this album. It's like Captain Kirk. That shit is amazing.
Love
it. Make up say, the worldwide hit that I first heard from my cousin Nisha. Going through some things. This whole album. So Pastor Green, one of my favorite top 3 bourbons and lax, bro. Like,
oh yeah, at the end, yeah.
Yeah, he had every No Limit soldier shining on here, from Mac to Fiend to Mia X to Mystical. Still did his thing on a lot of these tracks.
Could crack like this.
Oh yeah, the Ghetto D.
Ghetto Dope.
Teach you how to make crack with C Murder and Silk, bro. Like, come on, man. That shit is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, Zero. Yeah, shout out to Skinny G, dog. Zero Skips. Incredible album. And it was on my playlist this past week, and it never gets old for me. That is amazing. I will say this: the album cover, I don't have a problem with it, but it'd be so much better if it was a crackhead on it, like supposed to be.
Yeah, it's because it's funny that you mentioned that. Like I was looking at, Pen and Pixel actually print up like posters of the album covers that they did back in the day,
Yep.
and they even have like unreleased ones and shit. So like, it's pretty interesting. You can get like the original Ghetto D poster, and yeah, it looks so much better because I love what they did with the smoke being like all the different albums they had out and all
Yeah.
that. It's so dope. It's really cool idea.
I
But
miss
you
my
kind of
homies
miss
at Pimp
that.
C too. Oof.
Oh yeah, that's a great track, definitely.
Sorry, Ross. You said you kind of miss what?
No, you kind of miss the effect on the version that they put out, with the album cover because it just kind of looks like a mess, because you don't have the context of what the smoke is, you know what I mean, until you open it up. But yeah,
So much better that way.
definitely.
But yeah, man. Master P, Ghetto D, No Limit Priority, 97, just a fucking masterpiece. What can I say? It's fucking,
Yeah,
everyone knows that shit.
not many albums can do what that one did.
Oh, that set the fucking standard for the South in my eyes, and just rapping at that time. You released 20 some odd albums in '98. After that, it's like the nigga was like untouchable. I lived it. I know it.
So
So
many No Limit wannabes came out after that.
yeah, and it's crazy. Like we said this before, even the lesser known No Limit albums are fucking fire. So
Oh yeah,
back
definitely.
then, so yeah, set the standard for dope shit in my eyes. So Master P, Ghetto D. What you got next, Ross?
Next up, we're going to AWOL Records again. This time, we're going with Lunacic's first album, Mr. Lunacic, that came out in '97. Managed to get the OG press for it. Not that there's a huge difference. It's just like very minor things. Like on the front cover, it says AWOL Records newest artist and stuff like that. It's very minor. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, it was one of the first albums to be put out by New Tribe. The production on this album's absolutely banging. It's that dark, sinister mob music all the way through it. It's absolutely killer. DJ Daryl did some beats on it, and it's just fire shit. He's not like the best. Again, similar with like a Little Rick album. He's not like the most amazing MC in the world, but the beats are phenomenal. The single for this album is known for would be the song. What is it? It is Hard Times. Interestingly, the video version has SIBO on it, but the album version doesn't. But the album version is generally viewed at as better anyway. But yeah, I guess they've just put SIBO on it just to make it sell a few more copies or whatever. But it's a great album. It's if you like that hardcore gangster shit over dark beats, you'll love it. It's a really good album. So yeah, definitely check it out. Mr. Lunacic from '97, his self-titled record.
I'll peep it. I'm all about that shit. So
You'll definitely like it. No doubt about it.
one of those $1,000 albums, I bet.
No, it's not actually. It's not.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like dirt cheap, but it shouldn't be crazy because yeah, which is a good thing about like a lot of that AWOL record stuff from around that time period. It just hasn't seemed to be expensive as like compared to the earlier stuff, like Gas Chamber. I still don't have Gas Chamber.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
It's so expensive. But yeah, that's a really good album. And his second album from '98 is pretty good too. It's like $1 Million, A Million Questions or something like that it's called. It's pretty good too, but I think I like the first one better. It's got better production in my opinion. So yeah. Again, has like all the features from all the guys affiliated with the label like Marvelous and Pizzo and stuff like that. You got Levidi on there, who did like a lot of the singing for like the Sick With It record stuff. So like with E40 and stuff. He's on there, and JT the Bigger Figure's on there too, which is dope. So yeah, really good album. So I would highly recommend it.
I'll definitely check it out. Of course, I like that mob music gangster shit. So that's a must for me.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking it up right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's got like a yellowy kind of cover.
I found it for cheap, bro. Like $15, man.
Yeah, scoop it up.
Yeah. Do what I can. When I can, I'll definitely do that. But yeah, check that out. Right next to me is an album that was released fucking yesterday. Man, his newest album in a year and some change. I was fiending for this, man. We're talking about Benny the Butcher, Griselda's Own, with Burden of Proof. entirely produced by Hit Boy. Dog. When I pressed play, I was just floored. Amazing album. And the first song, title track, Burden of Proof, at the end, oh my God, it features Pain in the Ass, bro. If you're a Rockefeller fan, okay, I'm reloaded. You know the
Yep.
Puerto Rican dude? Oh man, I lost my mind. He was doing he does characters. Everybody knows that. He did Henry from Goodfellas. He did fucking Tony Montana, Cost, Unreasonable Doubt. He did Omar from Scarface. He did fucking a slew of characters. And he did Tony Soprano. Talking about how Benny's he's a made guy. He's a good earner and shit like that. And once I hear that, okay, I'm reloaded, I'm marked out. That was so amazing to put him on there,
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people saying it sounds like a classic Rockefeller-esque album, and it does, bro. This shit is fire. Favorite track for me is probably War Paint with West Side Gun and Conway. That shit is crazy. Title track, Burden of Proof, Famous, all that shit. I love the album, man. It's amazing. And the hard copy is available on Empire right now for $12. It's amazing. And the vinyl is $18. How beautiful is that?
That's amazing, yeah.
Shout out to Benny for being a real one. And this album is just flawless in my eyes, dog. Like, lyrically, he comes correct. Hit Boy does better on here than he did on King's Disease. And I
agree,
Disease, but this album is crack rocks. Even the mainstream features, Dom Kennedy, he don't bother me. Big Sean don't even bother me. It's no annoying niggas for me. I don't like them.
Yeah, I'll get into it more when I get to sort of my turn on it, but I completely agree as far as Big Sean. I wouldn't say he did an amazing job, but he did a good job. It was fine. You know what I mean?
I didn't cringe at it. I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wayne bodied it. Wayne is hit or miss nowadays for me, but dog, Rick Ross. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dog, this album is incredible. Freddie Gibbs,
Freddie Gibbs, yep.
Benny just says the illest shit on here. One of my favorite lines is, I'll curve a boozy bitch, but I'll put a project bitch in a mink. And she loves street niggas, so we fucks first day we link. That shit is crazy. And another feature, from the skit, the Mad Rapper, bro. Come on, you have the Mad Rapper on here, bro, who is D. Angelette, Bad Boy Records fame. He did skits on No Way Out, Life After Death, Harlem World, fucking you name it. Black Rob's album, Life Story. So Benny gave you that old school feeling. This is that feeling when you get the CD and you take it out the shrink wrap feeling. You feel me? One of my favorite albums of the year. Listen to it, Jesus Christ. A lot of times over the last couple hours, it's a future classic, bro. I'll tell you right now. I already know when something's gonna be amazing. The first couple listens, and this is one of them. He did Tana Talk 3 and the Plugs I Met and all his mixtapes Justice. It's right up there with that shit. What's your thoughts on Burden of Proof? You heard it, Ross?
Yeah, I think it's better than Tana Talk 3.
What?
I think it's better, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think the album is absolutely incredible. Yeah, I think
I'm not mad at it, but I'm shocked. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't disagree with that. Oh, I would, but I wouldn't be mad. You feel me?
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess it's a first impression. I can't say that for sure. You know what I mean? Because I only listened to it for the first time today. But like you said, it's in as a first play on the first track. I was like, yo, this is dope. And what you said about Hit Boy is 100%. The King's Disease was dope. Don't get me wrong. That was, he did a thing on that. But this is even better. This is fantastic. I was really impressed with the diversity of the beats. It doesn't all sound the same or anything like that. There was a good variety throughout the whole thing, and the whole thing sounds incredible in my opinion.
Yeah.
And what you said about the features as well, they all did a good job. They didn't take away at all from it. Famous, I love that song. That sounds incredible. If you ask me, that's probably my favorite. But really good album, really, really good. I think the Griselda stuff from this year has just been unbelievably good. Honestly,
stellar. Wow.
Between that and the two West Side Guns and the Conway, oh my God, they're absolutely on fire at the moment. Even more so than usual, in my opinion. Jesus, the run that they're having is just unbelievable. I know I haven't heard the Boldy tune himself.
It's so sad because imagine if they gave Boldy Damager and Alchemist. Oh my lord. You feel me? And Benny, came through with a fucking classic, as you said, Wes and Khan did too. So imagine if this nigga Boldy had one, man. Imagine, because I'm a big fan of that nigga. So unfortunate, but yeah, Ross. I'm glad you enjoyed it because I fucking certainly did.
Yeah, I ordered it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I
As
mean,
did I.
the shipping is crazy expensive. But fuck it,
Fuck it, right?
Yeah, I mean the shipping is it's just off the chain. It's ridiculous. It's like $38 or something.
I'm sorry about that, brother. Damn.
Yeah, it sucks, but what can you do? It's a really good album. When you said it was crazy, I believed you, of course, because like Benny, he's been so consistent. But like honestly, I think it's just incredible. And I love Tana Talk 3. I've got the hard copy of that as well. I got that from Amazon. Yeah. But man, that Burden of Proof, it's incredible.
It's stupid hard. It is amazing, man. Like, I'm gonna review it solely on my channel, like I always do with Griselda and other projects I like. But I'll give you my top 3 now. Like you said, Ross, Famous.
Yep.
That motherfucking war paint, my nigga.
Yeah, it's dope.
In my cocaine spot, nigga. Wes is that dude, bro. Oh.
100 round drum.
Yeah. And Conway just annihilating shit as usual. You know what I'm saying? And
he does it so effortlessly. He just comes on and destroys it.
And the third favorite track, gee, that's fucking hard. Fuck. If I had to, Jesus Christ. Maybe the track with Gibbs, man. Let me look up the name of that shit.
One Way Flights.
Good looking, brother. Yeah, that joint. Crazy shit.
One of my favorites is Over the Limit. It almost has like a slightly West Coast kind of feel with some of the kind of synths that Hit Boy used on it. It's a really good song.
Yeah,
I really like that
fire.
One.
Yeah. I think Dom Kennedy might be on that one.
Kennedy, yep, that's the one. Yep.
Yeah. I could hear Nipsey with Benny. That'd be fire, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Burden of Proof is fucking incredible. Uncle's like, yo, this nigga did it. He's like, he did it.
He did. He 100% did. And I can picture him kind of working with anyone now. Because now that he's done the song with Big Sean and Lil Wayne, it kind of proves to me that he can work with anyone he wants.
This dude's on Twitter complaining that Pain in the Ass is on here. I'm like, really? Oh, he's the reason why I don't like Jay-Z's albums. He's the reason why skits are whack. Dog, it's at the end of the fucking song. You know what I mean? And I'm a Rockefeller Mark, so I love it.
Yeah.
Once I heard that shit, I lost my mind. And it's so dope, Ross. I'm currently watching Sopranos right now. I'm on season.
Nice.
I'm on season 4. And I'm in that Soprano mood. So hearing that, dog, and Pain in the Ass, his impersonations are on point, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sound just like Tony, man. That shit was fire. A stellar album, bro. We could be here all fucking night talking about this album. It's going nowhere on my play. It's gonna be still consistently on there, but we're only doing like an hour and some change show, and it's late for us. So I want to get to him because trust me, I won't shut the fuck up about Burden of Proof. I'm glad you like it too, Ross. Like I said.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's really good. It's really hard picking a favorite Griselda release from this year.
Oh, it is. I for sure thought it was for King to a God. I don't know now.
Yeah, it's tough, and I still love that Pray for Paris. That's my shit.
Paris is ridiculous. Sean versus Flair, George Bondo. Fuck yeah, I can go on and on. $500 ounces with Freddie and Rock Marciano. Come on, bro.
Freddie Gibbs is having a hell of a year, isn't he?
He is. Alfredo is a fucking masterpiece.
Yep, I got that too.
Yeah, that's a great album.
It's a great album.
That Frank Lucas, oh my god.
That's the best song on there for sure. It's so grimy.
Freddie can change his flow so effortlessly as well. You know what I'm saying? That dude is a problem.
He's the verse. Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to my nigga Gangsta Gibbs. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, next up, it's an album that from the West Coast, but on Rap A Lot Records. We've talked about it before on the show. Papa LQ with Your Entertainment, My Reality
Oh
from
man.
'95. Dope, really, really dope West Coast gangster shit from '95, representing South Central. That was around the time when CJ Mack put out the True Game album, which of course had the big song Come and Take a Ride, which Papa LQ was on. And Papa LQ put out an album that same year that's pretty much just as good, I think, as the CJ Mack one, maybe even slightly better. Maybe.
I'm not even mad at that. I like them both.
Yeah, I love them both too, but I love the Papa LQ album. That Neighborhood's the Funk, amazing track, love it. I don't know why that wasn't the single. They only had the one single. It was that song at the start, Why Hate Me or whatever it's called, that one, which is dope too, but Neighborhood's the Funk, that's my shit. Co-produced by Battle Cat. Awesome song. Loads of really other good songs like Housing the Scene.
That's my favorite. That bitch on the cars.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Love it. It's just such a great album. Killer from My Hood, you know.
That shit's hard. That shit's hard.
South Central Soldier, so many good songs there. I know, like, you, one of your not favorite artists is on that album for a bit, AMG.
Yeah, he is.
But you know, that was AMG in '95, which I think is better than AMG in '91.
Yeah, he don't bother me on that record. No, he don't bother me.
And it's a great album from '95 on Rap A Lot Records. Very expensive, but they should be on streaming services as far as I know. So yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't. It's a West Coast gem, and definitely check it out. Papa LQ, Your Entertainment, My Reality, came out in '95.
Shout out to my motherfucking homie Russ Hartley, put me on game to that album. I fucking love that album. I heard it on Spotify, had to have it. I got that stimulus when it came out, and I went to fucking town. You know, that's when I got the Terrorist. That's when I got DMG Rigor Mortis. Matt CJ Mack True Game, and Papa LQ. Your Entertainment, My Reality, I think it's called.
Yep.
Yeah, that dog. Yeah.
Take it up.
And it was a beautiful time because, dog, that Terrorist looked brand new out the shrink, but it wasn't. Yep. DMG wasn't a shrink. And so was Papa LQ. You know, I bought them. I didn't give a fuck how much they were. I got them. I'm type of nigga, you know me, Ross. We're not made out of money. So when I get shit like that, I appreciate it. You feel me? Like, it's like, oh, my 100%. God. I have this. I don't take that shit for granted because those albums are impossible to get if you're a collector. So, yeah. And great choice, Ross. I worship that album. Great album.
Definitely. Yep. Definitely check it out.
Yep. And on my list next, the playlist, the week, I got Isham with his amazing 1993 masterpiece. Third album overall, full length. Kill the Fetus. Dog, I can't get enough of this. This never might be one song I don't like, but other than that, I just worship this shit.
Freak Nasty, right?
There you go. Yep, You know it. Yeah, it's this album's voices in my head, my nigga. Come the fuck on.
That's amazing, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The title track is probably my favorite, bro.
Drowning in my own shit.
So stick it, hang it up your ass until your water breaks. Come on. Another one I fucking worship. It's short as shit, but My Understanding is Zero.
My Understanding is Zero. Yeah, that sounds
fire.
Yeah.
No Singing at My Funeral. Slash Misery. That Game of Death. Woo!
That No Singing at My Funeral / Misery. I love the kind of switch up on that. Because he's like dead, and then it kind of sounds like he pops out. You know what I mean? It's kind of what I visualize when the beat switches out. I love it. It's so good.
It's so good. That motherfucking what song was it? It's nasty as fuck. Jackie, I like that shit.
Oh Jackie, oh Jackie.
Jackie, baby, love it. 666, of course, niggas know that. Helter Skelter, bro. I'm not mad at you, Ross, for picking this over the EP version because that what's your pleasure, Mister. Like they have things on each one that you can't that are so good. Like on the EP one, I love Dead Boy talking that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Ice-T. Oh, shit is hard, bro. That shit is so. I love Dead Boy, and the Helter Skelter. I'm a big Hellraiser fan. So that what's your pleasure, Mister? Fire. This album is immaculate. Game of Death for Nodis, as I said. Shit. This used to be my second favorite Nodis album until I got more. I bought Dead Flowers and started, indulging more into that record. It became my second favorite. But this is top 3 Isham album. Fangoria had it as one of the greatest hardcore albums of all time. Can you argue that? Hell no. Sunshine, dog. Come on.
That's an incredible song. That should be like cherished as one of the great singles from that era.
I can't say too much. I was on another podcast. I can't say.
Yeah.
And we spoke about something I spoke about how Isham just fucking him and Nodis, like that shit is up there with the greats. Like you said, it should be gushed about. Like fucking, I don't know, Britney's Got a Baby or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I worship that song. You know what I'm saying?
With my brains blew
out in the sunshine, bro. And me and Ross make a whole podcast about Kill the Fetus. I'll move on.
Yeah, it's an incredible record.
Yeah,
100%.
And
I used to be the same as you.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, brother.
I was just saying, I used to be the same as you. It used to be my second favorite as well. And then I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know.
It's hard.
Yeah.
The remastered version sounds absolutely incredible.
It does, yeah. Gotta have that. Yeah. I think you can still get it, probably.
Probably, yeah. It just it puts the Overclock version to shame. It puts the OG to shame. Because I used to have because my boy PJ let me rip it way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
The OG. And it sounds better than Autumn. So, yeah. That's the way to go.
Hell yeah. Next up, for me, it's something not hip-hop, so I won't talk about it so much. We're going to go with Clutch, representing Maryland, or Maryland, as we would say over here, but in America they say Maryland. Yeah, with their latest album, Book of Bad Decisions, it came out in 2018. Great album. I mean, they've never put out a bad album, in my opinion. Incredibly consistent. Even Lemmy said so, and that means something. Yep. Yeah, great album. It's a little bit more, not experimental, that's the wrong word, but not as straightforward as their last couple. It's a little bit more quirky, I would say. Like the song In Walks Barbarella has like a horn section and stuff like that, which isn't necessarily new for them. They've done it before, but like just compared to their more recent output, it's a little bit more experimental here and there. And it's a great album. If you like hard rock, there's no reason why you wouldn't like Clutch. And their last album, Book of Bad Decisions, is great. I see some people diss it online, saying it's not as good as the albums that came out before it, but I think it's right up there. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Spirit of 76.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah. Shout out to Ross Hollies for getting me on the Clutch, bro. That's one of those. I put them up there with like discovering Griselda.
Yeah.
If you go to recently, I listened to Wishbone like fucking 10 times.
That's
a couple of days ago. Yeah, dog. On losing it, all the Wishbone. That
and
dog.
I won't pretend not to mind.
Fire.
Yeah.
Like, I love Clutch, man. Shout out to Neil Fallon. Dog.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy as well. I talked to him on the phone once. Lovely guy.
That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, bro. Motherfucking Clutch, man. I was pumping Pure Rock Fury the other day. I was bumping that on Spotify.
It's a great album.
Yeah,
Love that album.
dog. They become one of my favorite bands in the last 5 years. You got into them somewhere
They've
around there.
never dropped anything whack. Never.
I heard a bulk of their stuff,
Yeah.
damn near everything. So yeah, I love Clutch so much. And how could you lose with that lot I got? You know what I mean? I had to get that
Yes. Yep.
because I'm like, you can't find motherfucking. I got it for $50. All that, okay? You can't find Elephant Riders for $50 by itself sometimes. So
Which is crazy. I can't believe that because that came out on Columbia Records.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's my second favorite I heard. You know,
That's my favorite. Yeah.
yeah, Blast Tyrant for me, but yeah, Clutch is fucking incredible.
I agree.
Oh, before we go into my pick, Resin goes, how does the Closed Casket remaster sound? I never heard it. He's asking Ross, so
It's like barely noticeable in my opinion because Closed Casket sounds pretty good anyway. That's
yeah,
my opinion.
it does. Sounds good.
But yeah, I mean, I don't mind having it or whatever because it was cool to support him and stuff. But it wasn't like a big difference. It's just yeah, I think I still just have the OG riff.
Yeah, bro. All right, for me, an album that came out this year, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, somewhere around there. 21 Savage and Metro Boomin, man.
Yo, yeah,
Ignorant shit. I fucking love this album, bro. I like stepping on niggas. It's kind of like some Easy E-S shit. Fire. 21 Savage can barely rap, but this shit is still flames. You know what I mean? This shit is fire. Great production from Metro Boomin. Got that motherfucking Pen and Pixel album cover.
that's fire.
I love the cover. It's dope as fuck. I like me some trap music if it's good. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of them. Running. Oh man, that shit is fire. Nigga, you got motherfucking Morgan Freeman narrating this motherfucking album.
Jeez.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The real Morgan Freeman too. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like trap here, so I won't be too long. But I love this album. I don't give a fuck. I want to get a hard copy. You feel me?
Can you get it easily enough? Yeah.
Yup, you can get it. Thankfully, 21 Savage is that dude. I gotta go back and listen to his other stuff. Ricardo recommended me some other stuff from 21. But yeah, ignorant trap shit. I fucking love it. That shit bangs too. So yeah, 21 Savage and Metro Boomin, Savage Mode 2, fire.
Yeah, that album cover was kind of got me excited about it because I was like, that's so cool that he managed to get them back. Yeah.
I think you like stepping on niggas, if anything. I think
Yeah.
you were. God, it sound like Easy from fucking 88. It's fire. The
That's
beat?
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a young guy as well. 21 Savage. He's like about my age, and he was like
Oh shit.
from London originally or something. And he moved
Yeah, he
to
was.
Atlanta. Yeah.
He's like, niggas think that I'm from overseas, that I won't pop you. Or something that he says. Yeah. Fire.
Yeah, that's dope. You know what I mean? Like, I've never really been a fan of like a lot of the stuff he's done before. Like, I've heard bits and pieces. You know what I mean? But yeah. So yeah, I want to check it out for sure.
I like it. And you know me, Ross. I don't like a lot of that shit. It depends. Like,
Yeah, Rose has some trap songs that I like.
Ross, dog. Like I told you, 2017 was my reintroduction to Rick Ross. I fucking love that guy now.
Yeah.
Dope as hell.
He sometimes works with artists that I think are whack, but he makes them sound good somehow. I don't know how he does it.
Like that young thug shit don't even bother me. I'd rather me than you. No.
Yes,
What's it called?
The song Trap, Trap, Trap.
Yeah, that shit.
Boom, 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 boom. A lot of lead, homie. I've got the Draco aimed at your head, homie. Something like that. He says it's like, it sounded kind of good, Kind of made it work.
Shout out to Rombone. He's a Young Thug super fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Next up, we're moving on to... Hold on. I clicked off it because I'm such an idiot sometimes. Next up, we're going back to 2020. Over to the West Coast once again. Representing San Francisco. We got Paris with his new album, Safe Space Invader. I think he came out in the same day as The Public Enemy, which is pretty amazing. At the end of September there. I bought this one too. I managed to get the CD for it off Amazon. Comes in a proper jewel case and everything. Paris puts out his own stuff independently, and it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, there's no excuse. Like, he's been doing that since like 2003. He's been pressing up his own shit, and it looks great. So I don't understand why these guys have to make a big deal out of it. But anyway, Safe Space Invader. It's his first album in about 5 years. The previous album was Pistol Politics, which was a double album. I never heard the full thing, but I want to get it someday because it had banging singles, that Buck Buck Pass and shit. Well, that was awesome.
Oh,
there was even a song on there with the East Siders, Cam, and E40, which was pretty good, called Search Warrant. It was pretty good. I need to pick that up someday before it like goes extinct, because I can kind of see that happening with his albums. You know what I mean? Probably not like a huge amount pressed up, but Safe Space Invader, pretty banging album. Again, he does all the beats for his stuff. I thought the production was pretty cool. You know what I mean? It has like a slight kind of West Coast vibe to it, but at the same time, a bit different. Like, he's definitely developed his own sound. It doesn't really sound like anyone else throughout the years. Good album. I really like the first song. Really sets off the tone of the album well. Bang Bang. Just a real banging track. Love that. The second song, Why Reconcile, has a really cool, like, funky kind of outro. It's good. He just lets the beat ride at the end. It's really good. Pretty dope album, I have to say. It's pretty short. It's only like 10 tracks or whatever, but it's like perfect length. It's about like 38 minutes or so. Pretty similar to the Benny album, actually. I think that's like acceptable short. You know what I mean? Any shorter than that, I wouldn't be too happy with. But like 39 minutes, I think that's perfect length. Yeah. And Paris, he still got it, man. He has that dope voice, you know what I mean? He's just on that political shit. You might not agree with everything he says, but he does it so dope for that production. He still got it, man. He still keeps it consistent. And I like this album. It's a good album. So yeah, Safe Space Invader from 2020.
I heard the main song that he was promoting, and it was fucking fire. I don't know the name of it. But there's a video for it. Oh, it's so fucking grimy. He's just in Trump and shit.
Yeah, even the album cover is pretty dope because he has like all kinds of people on the front cover with like sort of like black kind of stuff pouring out of their eyes. It's pretty creepy, you know what I mean? You even got like Kid Rock on the cover and shit.
Yeah, fucking Kid Rock, bro.
Yeah. Oh no, what a bum he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good album. Safe Space Invader from Paris. Dope album. Definitely between that and the PE, it's been like a good, perfect time to put out these albums, man. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm checking out both of them. I'll check out both of them because I love that. And it's funny you talk about Paris. I just got through uploading all my Paris shit to my iTunes because, I had that problem a couple years back. I forgot to do it. And I changed the album covers to the OGs. Yeah. Those are some great albums that I got. But I'll check that new one for sure because I love the single.
Yeah, it's good, man.
It was grimy. Yeah. All right. Next to me, man, this is one of my favorite rappers from like 97 to 2000. He put out nothing garbage. I'm talking about my nigga Noriega. Nori.
Nice.
With the 1999 sophomore album, Melvin Flint, The Hustler. I'm not going to lie. When I got this, I was like, I like some songs, but I like it more now than I did back then. Nor even question this on the Invincible.
That's right, he dissed it,
Yeah, he's like, I made a half-ass album. My excuse is, my pops just died.
My pops just died,
Yeah. Nori's one of my fucking ultimate favorite rappers, bro. Like, he really is. That era of Nori, bro, I love. Songs like Gangsta's Watch, Cocaine Business with Khalees, Hold Me Down, and my ultimate favorite, Sometimes. Oh, man, yeah. A lot of standouts on this album. Not as good as the Nori album from 98. That is just as good as the War Report in my eyes. I worship that album. But, man, Nori was a fucking major figure back then. Half black, half Puerto Rican, doing his fucking thing. And Melvin Flint, The Hustler is a great album. I'm a nerd, so I want to get I have the album cover when he's in the suit. Yeah. I want to get the album cover when he got the beanie on. I want to get that one.
That one's a bit rare, from what I understand.
It is. Yeah. But yeah, the tracks I named plus some other ones that I really like. The Cash Money joint he got on here is fire. Towards the end of the album, to me it's a great album, man. Some songs I don't like, some songs I really do like. So yeah, Noriega, Melvin Flint the Hustler, 1999, man.
Yeah, I need to pick that up someday. I know it's not too expensive, the one with the suit anyway.
Yeah, shouldn't be.
Yeah. Next up, it's another West Coast album from the Bay Area, representing Vallejo. This is an album that I absolutely adore. I think it's an absolute classic. It's Be Legit's second album, The Hemp Museum from
Oh God,
1996.
yes,
It's amazing. What can I say?
absolutely.
Every single song on it is phenomenal. The production is brilliant. Be Legit's got such a cool voice, and yeah, really, really good album. Has that City to City on it with Levitti on the hook. That's banging. Check it out, featuring E40 and Corrupt. That's a great song. That was the single. Gotta Buy Your Dope From Us, featuring Lil Bruce and Sibo. That they flip. Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. Pretty dope song. The title track, The Hemp Museum. That's great. Has the song Ghetto Smile on there too, featuring Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates. It's like kind of like a redo of the song Sarah's Smile, I believe it was called, by Hall & Oates. He does like a new version of that. I always think it's dope when you do like a new version of a song, but you get the original artist involved. I think that's really dope. You know what I mean? It shows that like the original artist is open-minded to like doing something with a rap artist. You know what I mean? I just think it's a good look. Yeah, that's a dope song. That was also on the Dangerous Ground soundtrack that came out in 97, and they had it as a single, but I don't think there was ever a video, unfortunately. Yeah, my favorite song on the entire album is that track 11, Niggas Get Their Wig Split, with Sibo and Sally Cell.
My God.
Sibo's verses and that are crazy good. Sucking on his own dick, you know, just the way he spits that shit. He's like, he reminds me of like an Esham from like 95. He just sounds so evil, you know what I mean? He just like spitting raw venom on that. Love that song. Yeah, absolutely incredible album. I think it's a West Coast masterpiece, so it doesn't get talked about, unfortunately. I have Be Legit's first 4 albums. The Hemp Museum is definitely his best one. My second favorite is his album if it came out in 2000, the Hempin' Ain't Easy album. It's pretty good. But yeah, Hemp Museum, awesome album. Definitely check it out if you haven't. So yeah.
Shout out to my nigga Ross, put me on that nigga, man. Well, I always knew who he was, but I never really checked out his solo album.
Yeah, that's such a good album.
I luckily enough bought that instantly as soon as the nigga put me onto it. I'm like, I gotta have this.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably quite expensive now. I don't know for sure, but yeah, like I know like the game related album by the Click and stuff like that has gone up in price quite a lot, hasn't it? So
won't
even
you
Sally Cell.
me?
Weren't you telling me that the G Files has went up in price?
Yeah, I did, and I was pissed the fuck off.
Yeah.
Cause that nigga, that shit with UGK, oh my lord.
Pop the Trunk, yeah. That's an underrated album. The song with Silks though too. Fuck the World. That's a good song.
I'd love to get that next if I could. You know?
Yeah.
Great album. Yeah, look up G Files right now. It's kind of went down in price a little bit. I see $10. You know.
I cop it.
Yeah. But yeah, dope choice. I love that album.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and next up for me, we're going to motherfucking Compton, bro. We're talking about Tweety Bird Loc with that 187 Ride By, bro.
No, that's an album that's $1 million.
Yeah, I got it downloaded, my nigga. You feel me?
Yeah.
No shame in my game. You know what I mean? Dog. Good album, but this is bitch named like Miss Showtime or something. I forgot her fucking name, and she's kind of whack. She's in like almost every single fucking song, it seems like.
Oh, wow.
And it's kind of whack. But she's on there, but other than that, it's a dope album. You know, getting that Easy on this motherfucking album. Because he was with E back in the day, you know, the both Crips and shit like that. So he wanted to be put on and stuff like that, and he didn't put him on. And he gets at him. I'm trying to find the name of the song right now. It's an amazing song. I love the song, even though I love Easy. What's really going on? It samples the same sample on Domino's Super Potato Pie. Oh yeah, that
Oh,
shit.
that's great. Yeah, I
I
love that song.
worship that sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it sounds good with that. It's fire. You got a song called "My Dick Is Prejudice," talking about how we don't fuck with no white bitches. Um, this is Easy again on "Ho Is a Bitch," and they diss HWA as well. Um, yeah, man. One of my favorite songs in here is "Coming Out the Cage." That shit's grimy as fuck. Um, this Tim Dog as well. No, this is KRS One too. I'm like, what the fuck KRS do? You know?
Don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, I would love to have this hard copy, but
Maybe he's
yeah.
a big PM Dawn fan.
Word, yeah, got mad, he got thrown off the stage or what have you. But yeah, it's not the greatest album like the West Coast classics we all bump, but I do like quite a bit of songs. And it's just ignorance, you know what I'm saying? I love that shit. One of my favorite songs from him ain't even on this album. It's on his second album, '94, No Holds Barred. It's a Queen Latifah diss. It's fucking hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, that's why you're living single. It's fire. Yeah, but you know who I'm riding with? I'm riding with Eric Wright, man. They gotta go fuck. So
Yeah. I definitely heard some songs with that. I remember thinking it was pretty good, but yeah, I
yeah,
never heard the whole thing. And the album's like $1 million.
yeah. One of those cases where I just download the shit. You know, fuck it.
Who was that released with? Do you remember?
I can look it up. It
Yeah.
was put out by a label called PAR, PAR.
Okay. I thought it might have been someone, but I know. Power Records, yeah, I see that now. The second one was with Warlock, yeah. That's what I was thinking of. No
Oh
Holds
shit.
Bar. Yeah. Yeah, that was put out by Warlock and Pump Records. Interesting.
I just like the
Pump,
ignorance.
Pump Records did some stuff with South Central Cartel, I think the first record.
Jesus Christ, I love that group so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tighten up my collection. I got just one album.
Oh, really? I have the first three.
And that was a lot of times where I seen Havoc and Prodigy shit there, and niggas just copped it. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm lucky to have the first two. The third one's like really hard to get, but yeah.
Good shit, bro.
And I've got lucky to have the Murder Squad one as well, nationwide.
Yeah, that's the compilation. I think it is.
Yeah, it's basically South Central Cartel plus Friends. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's a
dope.
good album. And I don't really have anything else to talk about because my last album was going to be the Benny album, so I don't really have anything. But I can talk, well, to give a little smidgen for the other album that I have at number 12. It's Bow Down by the West Side Connection. So be listening to that because I know we're going to review it soon.
Yes,
So
we
yeah,
are.
amazing record. What can I say?
I had that last week, I believe, or the week before. I can't remember, but yes, classic. And I'll go by this briefly. My last album is Bone Thugs and Harmony again, with that 1995 release, 1999 Eternal.
Amazing.
I bumped the original one with the original Crossroad. Either one, we can't lose. Love it. Mo Murder, Down 71, and Crept We Came, probably my favorite songs on the album. Perfect album, not one bad track. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. One of the few albums where I got 3 copies of. I got a European OG, I got an American OG, and I got a fucking 96 press that has, the Crossroads everybody knows and loves. What can you say?
Yep.
Amazing album.
Very influential, original.
Yo. Like, people don't come up with like that appetizer, and then they hit niggas off the head that they get later with this. Like, oh.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so that's it for our playlist, bro.
That's it, yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good fun. Always
Oh,
does.
yeah. Always fun, and it takes up half of it makes a whole show out of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mad fun, bro. It's the perfect. Whoever came with the idea, I can't remember, you and me, but
Well, let's just say we both did it.
yeah, it's just a good idea. And it's the most fun I ever had doing a regular hangout show.
Yeah, I mean, it just helps us remember what we've been listening to recently as well.
Yeah, and Last FM is so much fun, bro. I love it.
It's great. Yeah, it's a shame
Yeah.
that it's not really popping like the way it was like 15 years ago. But yeah,
A lot of
at least
people on Twitter that like the cool people on Twitter at least they fuck with it. Some nigga
oh, that's
asked me
good.
for my username today. He's like, "Oh, you like death? So do I." I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
That's
But
stuff.
yeah, Fly God 187, y'all. If you want to be interested. But yeah, man. So happy you enjoyed that, Benny. Shit is
Oh,
fire.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Last FM, I like it a lot too. I just think it's really cool to have everything cataloged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Down to like the time and date that you listen to. It's crazy. You know, you
That
can
is
go
hella
back in
dope.
time and to 2000 and whenever and go, what did I listen to on in August or something? You know, it's crazy.
I forgot what was the loophole that made me stop fucking with it. So probably my whack ass computer. I want to say it
Yeah.
was, but I got a great phone, and that's how I use it now. You know.
Yep. Use it on phone, use it on computer, whatever. It does the job. Yeah, definitely. Check it out.
Yeah.
We're not paid or sponsored by
Nope.
that.
Word. Yeah. So unfortunately, Mob Deep top 10 songs will be hopefully in a couple of weeks, but next week there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We doing Bow Down.
We're doing about that. And even if it's just the two of us, we'll do it.
Yep. Even if it's just the two of us, we're gonna do it. And yeah. That being said, let's end this shit, bro. You know,
I'm
we went
bombing on common sense. Blah.
blah. After the show, Ross, if you don't mind, can you stay for like 2 minutes?
Yep, no worries.
I want to ask you a question. All right, y'all. We're getting the fuck up out of here. Thank you, Mark. Next week, Westside Connection, Bow Down.
1996.
96 masterpiece, bro. So we'll see you motherfuckers on the flip side. Shout out to the chat, man. Love y'all.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Peace.